Hi, this is Leetcode question. Apply bitwise operations to make strings equal. And this is the third question of weekly contest number 329. You need to return true if you can make the string s equal to string target, or false otherwise. And you can use these two operations multiple times. The first one is choose two different indices I and j, where I and j greater than or equal 0 and less than n. Simultaneously replace si with si or sj, and sj with six or sj. Example, here we have this string and we need to check if we can reach this target string, and the result for this example is true, and that's because if you choose I at index 2, so this is index 2, let's write the string here 1 0 1 0. So I at index 2, this is I, and j equals 0, so this is j. Now we can replace s of I with s of I or s of j, so 1 or 1 equal 1, so this becomes 1, and sj with s of I xor of sj, so 1 xor 1 equal 0, and this value becomes 0, so we have 0 0 1 0. Now another time you can, because you can do this multiple times, you can select again I equal 2, so I equal 2 is this one, and j equal 1, so this is j. Then I 1 or 0 equal 1, so we replace I with 1, and 1 xor 0 equal 1, and so we replace j with the xor, in this case it's 1, and the answer will be 0 1 1 0, which is the target string, and so we need to return true for this example. Now how can we solve this problem? Now let's consider that we take I and j equal to 1 to 1 1 1. So what are those possibilities that we can produce? So 1 or 1 is 1, and 1 xor 1 is 0, and if you consider this as I and this is as j, then 1 or 1 is 1, so we put this one, and 1 xor 1 is 0, we replace j with 0, and so using 1 1 we managed to get the value 1 0 and 0 1. Now if we select this 1 0, so let's say I is 1 and j is 0, so 1 or 0 is 1, so you can get 1 xor 0 is 1, can get 1 1. Now if you get, this is j and this is I, so 1 or 0 is 1, so this is I, 1 xor 0 is 1, so this is j, so 1 0 will give us always 1 1, and if we have 0 1 it will give us again 1 1. Now if we have 0 0, this is I, this is J. 0 or 0 is 0, and 0 XOR 0 is 0, and that means 1 1 can give us these two. 1 0 can give us 1 1. 0 1 can produce 1 1, and 0 0 can produce only 0 0. And notes here, so 0 1 or 1 0 we can produce the value 1 1, and so from 1 1 we can produce these two values again. And that means if we have only 1 on the source string S, 1, and any number of 0, we can use this one to produce any pattern we need, either 1 1 or 0 1 or 1 0, but we cannot produce 0 0 because 0 0 only produced using 0 0. Example, if we have this string 1 0 0, we can produce all the possibilities other than 0 0 0. So for example, you have 1 0, you can produce 1 1, so this can give us 1 1 0, and of course using this 1 0 again we can get this string 1 1 1, and if you select 1 0, also you can get 0 1, so you can produce this string 0 1 0, and again using this one you can produce 0 1 1, and you can also produce the same one again 1 0 0. So that means if we have only 1 on the source string S, we can produce all the patterns other than 0 0. So we cannot produce this string if we have 1 in the source string. So what we need to do in the code is to check the number of 0. So first of all, if S equal target, so let's say the string is 1 0 1 0 and the target is 1 0 1 0, so no need to do anything here, and because the target already equal to the string, so we will return it true. Then other than that, we need to count the number of zeros in the source and in S and in the target, and if the number of zeros in the target equal target size, and that means if we have the target string as 0 and the source string S has 1, like 1 0 1, of course it will not be 0, because if it's 0 this condition will be covered, both will be 0 and this will return true. So if 0 target equals 0, this one, and that means that this one has 1, and we said, as we said earlier, because we have 1 on this source string, we can generate all the patterns other than having all these zeros, and so we need to return false for this. Also, if the number of zeros in the source like if we have the source here and we have it's a string that contains 1 in the target, again we can only generate all zeros from this string. We cannot produce 1 from this string as we said here. And so if also the source string has all the numbers equal to 0, we need to return false. Other than that, we can produce the target from the source, and so we return true.